How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good, actually, very good. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain a little bit more about the challenge, where we are, and what's next steps on this. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the first question I have for you revolves around the Scribble Challenge.
Right.
The Scribble Challenge is such an exciting concept.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and what inspired you to come up with the challenge?
Yes, actually, yes. Because my background, for the past few years, I have positioned myself as a thought leader, strategist, or a market developer here in UK. But previously, it was 11 years with Circo. That's where I learned the art of what we call a full stack bidding, pricing, commercials, contracts, operations, mobilizing a contract, and also head of bids and bits and pieces. So, entered the PMP 2017. Actually, that's the time where I came to. I think it was Boston, the conference there,
Mhm.
and started to build relationship. And the challenge, funnily enough, was a very impulsive decision. I was in the UK conference, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how, why, who, etc. in the next 10 minutes. Education is a personal subject for me, actually. I mean, I believe education is a privilege. Um, because my father was the first person to go out of his village to have a diploma in his times in 1970s. So I was the first one to leave my village to grow globally to UK. So
Wow.
it's a passion, and my father's salary was $100 versus my university fees in Imperial was 14,000 dollars. So it's 20 years of a savings was just put on just as 1 year of my education. So which means for our family, education is important because we believe, coming from a background where people can take away anything from you, education is something that nobody can take away from you. Once you educate somebody, that education stays longer with them for their entire lifetime. So you inspire somebody and it just goes from there. So for me, my father gave the education, and from then on, I have a charity and we educate 200 children. And Scribble Challenge comes with this ethos of how we can give more opportunity to as many people. So that's it. Yes, it's an exciting concept, happened quickly. And the passion behind education kind of put me forward on designing the program.
The challenge criteria that you put together for the challenge was pretty unique. Can you explain a little bit more about that and how you came up with it?
Special. So again, between 7th of October, when it was my birthday, when I decided to do this, and to 21st of October, when I launched, which was Rick Harris's birthday, I need to put together all these things within like 2 weeks. So I thought, okay, what do I know? I know I recently went for Nepal. So let's have a theme called Ascend. Let's have a theme called Ascend. Let's ascend people. Let's ascend them on this. At the same time, let's make it fun and slightly challenging, because if it's slightly challenging, then they will also remember, and it also makes them like they are putting some extra effort. So the way we structured was getting to base camp, which is getting to the certification stage. You need to unlock two stages, which is quiz 1 and quiz 2. Then you get into base camp, which is a certification stage. From base camp all the way to summit, you might have all the training, you might have all the stuff, but it's all about your personal endurance, because the climatic conditions will be minus 25. You never know what's going to happen. It's about your own self-confidence and everything around you, the weather and stuff. So for us, the 4 and 5 was about you. So people who unlock the certification stage, from then on, they will need to sell themselves up. Yes, it started with Ascent, the thing. Then I started to gamify a little bit in between, added some fun program. But most importantly, I have a few other people like the ambassadors and stuff who made it real for me. So that's the whole point of the challenge. Yes, it was put together in 2 weeks.
Well, it's quite a program for just 2 weeks, and I know people are really enjoying it and making some good strides. Um, so you mentioned the ambassadors. That's another kind of unique aspect of the Scribble Challenge. Can you talk about how you came up with that idea and how you chose the ambassadors?
Um, First, I made this choice. The message that I posted on LinkedIn was done in a bus, was done on my onward journey to my home in the bus. I took the pictures, I posted it. There we go. I'm going to do it now. But then I came back home, then I thought it through. You know what? This is not like one man's journey. This is not like one man's passion, because I need a team behind it. At the same time, I need people who are passionate about what they do. At the same time, I also need strength that I could get from these people, like minded people. at the same time, they need to be diverse in their experience and also in the geography that they go for. So ambassador program was again put forward within a week, mainly because I spoke to a few of my friends and few of the people who I saw who are going beyond what they normally do, trying to help people, trying to support people, either through thought leadership, like blogs, articles, or trying to help people with like, hey, I know this, can you, somebody says I need help, they just stepped into it. So I handpicked few people from people who are willing to help. I call them big-hearted people, who can take the same message, distill to their community, share to their community, and we'll just see how far we could go for. So ambassador program tracks two things. Number one, they act as advocates. Number two, they also are my strength pad. So when I decide, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing, please help, they are my first point of contact. So, and I'm pretty pleased in the whole challenge. I made this 20 friends, lifelong friends, that who will be coming with me on the journey, not just on the Scribble, but also on next plans with Scribble as well. Yeah.
That's so exciting. So I'm interested to know, what has the reaction been from big professionals, and are there any supporters that you want to call out?
I was clear that having Rick as one of the kind of person in there, I made a choice of not using APMP's group or APMP post or APMP chapters for this, because it's not going to be fair. But the supporters who stepped in all came from different walks of life. Firstly, as I mentioned,